Hello, friends, and welcome to the Follow the Moon Challenge. My name is Alice in Wonderland, and I'm a little bit obsessed with the moon. This 2026 Follow the Moon Challenge is going to be unlike any other moon challenge because all of the moon cycles in 2026 are slightly shifted and different from what they usually are. We always do this challenge in Aquarius season because Aquarius helps us to think about things differently and to think outside of the box. So it's a perfect time to learn something new about the moon. So I think we're all going to learn something new together about the moon, myself included. I think this challenge is going to be really interesting. So whether you've done the challenge before, I think this is going to be something new and exciting. And if you haven't done this before, then of course it's going to be new and exciting. So I'm really excited to jump into today's video. Know that we are premiering them live every day for 30 days at 11 a.m. Without further ado, let's jump into today's video. Okay, so I have to be honest about how I've been constructing these videos. I was super excited and super motivated and feeling very creative about totally scratching all of the previous Follow the Moon Challenge videos and creating totally new ones. And then I got to the Leo videos and I started looking at the past videos, and I just really feel proud of the videos that I've made, and which by now this is like over 100 videos that I've done because we've been doing 30 videos a year. And I was looking at last year's Leo video and I was like, man, this is so good. And it had past versions of myself in those videos. And I was like, wow, she looks like she really has her shit together. And I don't have my shit together. And I know that I have never felt like I've had my shit together, especially in this creative process of creating these videos. And then I realized that I was trying to create them on an Aquarius day. And so I thought that it would be good to talk about the dynamics and the balance that we have within the zodiac signs or system because they are significant and because we are moving into our Leo Aquarius eclipse time period. I was going to say season, like we talk about eclipse season, which occurs twice a year, but really the eclipses are kind of like windows or brackets because we just had our Aquarius solar eclipse. We're going to have an Aquarius lunar eclipse later, and we're going to have a couple more throughout the next few years. So it's really not a season. I'm not really sure what to call it, but that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Okay, and before we get into that, I just want to emphasize again the importance of exploring your birth chart and the significance of why it's important to know all of the 12 zodiac signs, understanding all of that energy. This is why we do this challenge, so that we're going through all 12 zodiac signs step by step, because we all encompass all 12 of the zodiac signs. We have that energy within us, and I feel that by connecting to whatever sign the moon's energy is in, we can also unlock that zodiac sign within ourselves. For example, if you don't have any planets in Leo and you don't feel like you have very much Leo energy, look at your birth chart and discover what house Leo rules it. And I mean, this is, we're just talking about Leo today, so that's why we're talking about Leo, but we can talk about any of the 12 zodiac signs. If you think that, oh, I don't have any Earth energy, or I don't have any Leo energy, or I don't have any Scorpio energy, we all have it within us. And I'm using last year's Leo video as an example because we all have the 12 zodiac signs within our chart. So you can look at whatever energy that you're trying to tap into or unlock for yourself. Look at that house and learn what that house rules, and hopefully that will give you some sort of understanding of how you can tap into that energy. So I'm using last year's Leo video as an example of all of the zodiac signs are underlying within you, even if you don't feel like they are present. So when I look at this video of this person in front of me, I see somebody who's really confident. I see somebody who's bold and vibrant and colorful, someone who is brave enough to have an asymmetrical haircut. And I look at that person and I don't feel any of those things. I don't feel confident. I don't feel bold. I don't feel magnetic. I don't feel any of those Leo characteristics. But this is living proof that I do have those qualities within me. Even if I'm not feeling like it now, even if I don't know how to tap into it right now, it is there and I am capable of it, and this is just proof. So you have Leo energy within you too. You have all 12 of the zodiac signs within you. So like I said yesterday, put on your crown, because there is a Leo king, queen, ruler inside of you, including you, future Allison, including present Allison, who does not feel any of those things. That is you. You did that. You did a good job. Be proud of who you are. So if you didn't get yesterday's memo, on Leo Moon Days, be proud of who you are. So when we look at the Wheel of the Year, you will see that all of the zodiac signs have a sign across from it on the opposite end of the wheel. For example, when we look at Leo, we see that directly across from it is Aquarius. Because we have just passed Aquarius season and the Aquarius new moon, you already know that Aquarius energy encapsulates that after you've started the new year, middle of winter kind of energy. Leo, on the other hand, is the middle of summer, just after Lammas, the first harvest. Lammas marks the time when the Earth's orbit is directed away from the sun and retreating into fall and winter, whereas at Imbolc, the Earth's orbit is directing closer towards the sun, meaning that spring and summer is on the horizon. So when we look at the upcoming eclipses for the next few years, we have started this Aquarius-Leo dynamic last summer of 2025. So the themes that we are experiencing with our eclipses are going to be occurring with the Leo-Aquarius dynamic. At the same time, we are closing out the Virgo-Pisces dynamic, which we'll talk about tomorrow. So I think one of the reasons why I was having such a hard time with this Leo moon video is because the Leo eclipses are the south node dynamic of the eclipses, which is the releasing or letting go part of it. It is the Aquarius north node dynamic that we are calling in starting new and fresh with. So we are bringing our attention from the self and expanding it into the collective or the Aquarian way of being. The thing that we learn when we explore these different dynamics is that, yes, they are opposite energies, but they also go hand in hand and balance each other out. Leo needs Aquarius, and Aquarius needs Leo. The king and the ruler needs his advisors, and Aquarius is that for them. Aquarius is the water bearer. It's the bringer of fresh, new knowledge and ideas. Aquarius brings us the knowledge and wisdom of the future, but also the collective. I don't want you to forget about yourself today. I don't want you, especially on a Leo moon day. But again, a good ruler has to think about others as well. But at the same time, you have to take care of yourself. You have to fill your own cup in order to help the collective. So these energies balance each other out, go hand in hand, and need each other to stay in harmony. So as you can see, sometimes this can feel like a tug of war. Personally, for me, I have this opposition in my chart of Leo versus Aquarius. And a Leo sun versus an Aquarius moon. It's external versus internal. It's constantly this tug of war between me. But I feel like once you understand this dynamic and understand how they balance each other out, you begin to have more ease and flow. It's more, instead of a tug of war, it's more of like a seesaw that, or a wave that goes up and down. There's more flow to it, or a pendulum swinging. There's more grace and flow to it than a constant battle. So I know that this was a lot to take in and might be feeling overwhelming, but remember, we have this waxing gibbous moon to illuminate things and to help us find clarity with things. The other thing I want you to keep in mind is that we are technically closing out our Leo full moon cycle because we had a Leo full moon last month. So I find that the sign leading up to the full moon will be in Virgo. The sign leading up to the full moon is like kind of saying goodbye to whatever was illuminated for us during the last full moon. So I find that those themes kind of come up again right before the full moon. And then you start to think about what this Virgo full moon is going to mean for you. And remember that this is also going to be a Virgo lunar eclipse. So we will talk all about the Virgo Pisces dynamic tomorrow. Again, I know this was a lot of information for today's video, but I think it was necessary to say and understand. And this is why we have the Follow the Moon journal, so that you can write all of this down. And there's even extra blank lined pages for the new and the full moons, just because there's so much more information that comes up, and there's so many things that are highlighted for a full moon. So you've also got a eclipse tarot spread in there. We've got an eclipse tarot spread in the Just a Phase Moon Planner as well. So if you haven't gotten your copies of that, please check out my Ko-fi shop for instant download for the digital versions. The printed version takes a little bit longer, but this is why I like to write everything down, and I feel like I break everything down for you so simply, but I know it's still like an overload of information. So the takeaways from this video is that I want you to remember we are going to be in Leo energy all day today. So be proud of who you are, adjust your crown. Put a crown and emoji in the comments if you watched this video all the way through. I know it was a lot. The second thing I want you to remember is that you have all 12 of the zodiac signs within you. You have all of the elements, all of the zodiac signs. You just got to figure out how it works for you and how you can incorporate it into your life. The other takeaway from this video is that you might be receiving themes that came up for you during the Leo full moon last month, and we are getting ready and preparing ourselves for the Virgo lunar eclipse in a few days. So I hope you can join me for tomorrow's video of day 14. Thank you for making it through day 13's video, and I hope to see you soon.